Welcome to the Carbitrage podcast, episode 134. I am Eric Berger, joined as always by my co-host Ryan Sinitsky. Hello, sir.
Hello. This is a small car special.
It kind of is, completely by accident, because I don't know if you look at what I write in the notes throughout the week, but I never look at what you write until we actually get to the episode.
I like that.
It's almost all teeny cars, because I like being surprised. But yeah, before we do that, I want to talk quickly about Patreon. So if you head on over to patreon.com/carbitrage, Carbitrage, you can take a look at the two options we offer to directly support us. Mainly it's beer money. Feel free to do that. It does directly support us. There's a very small chunk taken by the company. Most of it goes directly to just help fund the show. So if you enjoy it, feel free to head on over there. If not, we totally understand. One more update I want to do before we get to the first story is we're probably going to be moving to once a week. So we'll still probably record 2 episodes in a row on a Saturday, and I'll be dumping one a week on a Sunday, just to free up a little more time for you and I to do things and travel, and also just because it is taking way too much time out of my life these days. So
that's fair. You've
watch
gotten
for
really
that.
busy in the last couple months.
It's gotten so bad.
So
and
maybe this winter will get more calm.
Yeah, maybe we can switch back to the 2 a week at some point, but for now, the Wednesday-ish episode, probably don't be expecting that. So watch for these on Sundays, and We'll be keeping up. Anyway, I want to start the episode with Florida Man.
Florida Man.
He's at it again. Do you want to guess what sort of thing he might have done vehicular related this time?
All right. Florida Man was sleeping with his sister, but he caught his cousin sleeping with his sister, so he took his cousin's pickup truck and put an alligator in it. That's
a really, really good guess. But no.
Oh.
I'm just going to go ahead and show it to everyone. So, Florida Man bought himself a Smart for 2, first gen. He took the doors off it, dressed up like Fred Flintstone, and made essentially a Flintstones car out of a 4.2. And he got pulled over. Not because it had no doors or it had giant crap strapped to the outside, because he was speeding. And there's a photo of it, and it's really great. Courtesy of the Pasco Sheriff's Office, and it looks like they're posing with this guy. So hopefully,
this is great. This is
Fred
really,
Flintstone
really
found
great.
himself a long way from Bedrock back in November. Anyway, so yeah, Florida Man apparently has a name, and it's Don Schwartz or Swartz. But I mean, congrats, Florida, on at least giving the rest of the world entertainment, because that is ridiculous. And I think he actually did a pretty good job. He's got like a wooden roof rack, and it's just like rope tied down around the sides.
Yeah, no, he actually nailed that. Yeah, that's
and honestly,
really well done.
That's a pretty good use of a Smart for 2. So
yeah, that's a very good way to make a Flintstones car.
Flintmobile.
So, is that strapped to the wiper arm? Yeah,
it
strapped
is.
to the wiper arm.
Yeah,
okay.
So part of it, I'm guessing it's made out of cardboard and paper, and it's not very heavy.
Okay.
It kind of looks like that, so I don't really know what it's made out of, but it's strapped to
There you
parts
go.
of the car that it really shouldn't be.
Florida Man did the thing. Now,
it's pretty neat.
this is one I was really hoping Jan would be here for, but she's not, because she's doing her thing. What is the cutest pickup truck?
First gen Mazda Repu.
The Mazda rotary pickup?
Yeah.
You think that's the cutest?
Yeah, it's got that like 60s grill on it. The one that Morris is selling right now, Brick a Trailer.
Yes. That one's cute, but I mean, like, really? Because, like, the Subaru K3, or the Subaru 360 Sandbar exist.
This one. I like that grill.
That's cool. I wouldn't call it cute.
It's cute!
But it'd be like,
sweet!
Have you seen the Mazda K360?
Have I? Mazda K360. That isn't. No, it's ugly.
That's not ugly.
It's
It's
super
adorable.
ugly.
It looks
No,
like a bug.
it's a minger.
That
Looks like a Subaru 360 that was put together wrong.
That's really cute. It's missing a
I
wheel.
don't
It's
like
really
it.
excited.
I don't like it.
Well,
Looks
we
like
could
a
also.
bug.
Can we look up the Subaru 360 Sandbar so you can get an idea?
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cute.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. I
That's
mean,
pretty cute,
here's one
especially
for
this
scale
Oh,
compared to a
God.
human.
Yep.
Very small.
Oh, that's gonna go to a video. I don't
Yeah,
want that.
don't do
anyway,
that.
you can get a look at it.
It's small. It's very small, and they made a
There we
pickup
go.
of it. Here's one of the pickup.
Oh, jeez.
There's somebody inside of the pickup right down there.
This keyboard like auto clicks sometimes when you bump the trackpad. It's not great.
It's a guy with a woman, because that's what happens when you drive a tiny truck, is you get girls. Look how great that is.
It's fine. It's not as cute as a Repu.
All right. Well, how about the Mazda Porter?
Oh, we've seen that one, yeah. Mazda Porter.
It looks perpetually surprised.
It is so surprised, especially the green one. Oh yeah, this guy right here.
He just caught it doing something bad.
Whoa!
I think that's the one.
You're a teenager in your bedroom at night, and your parents open the door. That's your face.
So that little vent in there, it's a fresh air vent, so you
Yep.
can open up so that it's gasping. Literally gasping for air.
Yep.
And then we know the Suzuki Muddy Boy, the truck that can do anything.
Yep. Well, I'll pull it up again.
Oh, God, that's a cutie. I like that. But it's kind of the same thing as the Repo, where it's like, it's more like...
Well, it's of a different era than a lot of like the '60s cutesy stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the Mahindra Jito is made today, and that's adorable.
Anyway, so my vote is the Mazda Ripu.
I'm gonna go with the Mazda Porter. Well, all right. So we at least agree it's a Mazda.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think so.
Of our
Even if you go with the Zamyad,
trucks,
that's
three
still close
of
enough.
them were Mazdas, and the Zamyad's a Mazda.
Yep.
So, Janet, she will have a answer whenever we record.
Yeah, we're not allowed to
next.
vote for her
Yep.
per Jenna. So
Otherwise, I was gonna totally throw in some weirdo one that I'm also thinking of that Janet would be really into. There's got to be some weird Italian one.
it's gonna be.
The what's the Vespa B? The Piaggio.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The
yeah.
Piaggio. What's that called? Dio, I think. Not Dio. It's God.
I forgot that they did a Vespa.
Yeah,
pickup.
the Vespa made a pickup in Italy for like a long time. And it's like the pickup truck of Italy.
That thing is like the size of a golf cart.
Yes, it is, but it's also like an entirely capable farm truck.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, definitions of cute is so subjective, it's hard to say. But I'm going still, my vote's with the Ripus, the early one, like that, because it's cute enough and it's butch enough. I don't know. That gets my vote.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's definitely less usable than the Piaggio Ape.
Piaggio Ape.
You gotta go with the older ones.
I gotta go back to screen cap. This thing?
Yeah.
That looks like the Sky Car from the State Fair with a crate put on the back of it.
Yeah, it's
And then they
cute.
stapled it to a scooter.
But then if you watch it actually hauling something, it must look adorable doing that.
I mean, it is. That's very cute.
I think that might be it.
I don't know if I could vote for something with three wheels.
Can you
It's just not
can
a
you look at the wagon version?
It's not a pickup.
But that looks even better.
Wow.
I really like that. I want that.
They wanted a car company, but all they had was used scooter parts and appliances.
Yeah,
So they made that.
took a bunch of refrigerators and put them all together.
Pretty much. I think that's essentially how that
I'm
happened.
still going with the Mazda Porter. It's the cutest truck
That's
of all
fine.
time.
We can all disagree. That's totally cool.
Well, Jan's not here to break the tie, so that's what happens when she doesn't show up.
That's okay. Well, she was here. She just wasn't here long enough to give us a casting vote.
I know.
But yeah, we'll have to get her opinion on it next time. So.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, speaking of not here, I'm sure I already mentioned at some point, I ordered Eibach lowering springs and sway bars for the Fiata
Yes.
through MAP. I also ordered a MagnaFlow exhaust through MAP like 3 weeks after.
Okay.
Just radio silence. I kept, like, the MAP was giving me communication, but, like, none of the manufacturers of this crap were talking. So, I got a message last Tuesday in the morning. Everything's here. Showed up this morning. So, the exhaust from MagnaFlow and all the Eibach stuff that was custom made showed up the same morning. I am really excited that all that stuff showed up, but now it's too late for me to do it this year. So it's going to sit in the box until
This
the
is
spring.
why it took so long. When
Why?
you get wholesale pricing, to get it for free, it has to come in with a stock order.
That's fine.
Otherwise, you have to pay extra for shipping.
Yeah.
That's why it took so long, because you had to wait for them to get a stock order from whatever manufacturer
I'm just
or whatever
surprised that they didn't
wholesaler
like,
had that down.
message back. Because, like, MagnaFlow, I'm sure they get shipments all the time, which makes sense. The exhaust comes much more quickly.
It's also the other thing is the aftermarket industry, as big as it is,
Yeah.
MAP is surprisingly punctual. Like, you can succeed in the aftermarket industry
Yeah.
just by being moderately professional.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it takes nothing to succeed. Because most aftermarket parts companies, like, there is, at most times, somebody that's hungover sleeping on a couch in the break room.
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah, and that's
And-
fine too. Even if they're handling the business, as long as they respond to me, it's fine.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like MA Performance is one of the few companies that doesn't do that.
Well, when you go into the office, it's hopping. Like, there's a bunch of people in there.
Yeah, and they're doing stuff.
Yeah, they're doing stuff. Like, nobody looks up.
No.
Like, they're all like they're in the process of working.
You're working. Yeah. Like, whereas like if you go to like God, like not Gretti USA, but who the hell is?
Well, even what about the local Subaru, Grimspeed?
Grimspeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're more professional, but it's like, man, I'm just trying to
But
figure
there's
out.
so few people there, and they have so much going on.
Wasn't Gretti? Who the hell was it? I think it was like HKS USA or something.
Hmm.
Like there were some in like California that were like really big names that like you knew the name of, like you knew them.
Sure.
So you can go there like it's a ghost
Probably
town
a
in there.
Pepsi or something.
I think it was actually a Pepsi, and it's like people were like, "Well, why'd they go out of business?" And it's like because everybody's in the back smoking weed.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why.
Like, nobody got the order email
Yeah.
before it was canceled.
Yeah, like that's why. Like
Yeah. No,
you get,
yeah.
and you
The
get like
bare minimum of customer support means you'll probably make it in aftermarket parts.
yeah.
And MAP does
bare
more than
minimum.
that, yeah.
I called CTS Turbo for a customer at work.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like a pretty decent like turbo brand that does like
Actually, I haven't heard of
performance
them,
in the Volkswagen community. They
Okay.
do like performance KO4 turbos and stuff.
Okay. So
and-
that's probably pretty
Yeah,
profitable.
I had a
then. There's
customer.
lot of those.
I had a customer that had a blown up KO4, and we were trying to get a warranty of it. It took me a week of constantly contacting them at all random times throughout the day. So I'd call them, and nobody would answer. I hit him up on Facebook. Facebook would go email. I email him. Nobody would respond to my email. So I call him again, and it's like trying to. It was like the worst thing in the world to get a hold of them. And I finally got a hold of him, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't warranty that." I'm like, "Why?" And they're like, "Well, the part's on back order." I'm like, "How long is it on back order?" They go, "Well, it's on back order from BorgWarner for over a year now, so we don't know." I'm like, "You haven't worked on getting an Irish supplier?" They're like, "Oh, it's BorgWarner, the best." I'm like, "Yeah, but you know what else is really good is like existing.
Yeah.
Like, how about like instead of saying like, yeah, the best, like, I think the Lycoming Inline 8 was the best engine ever. I'm not gonna hold my breath for back-ordered Lycoming Inline 8 engine blocks. Like, I'm just gonna go get another engine.
Yeah, those are on what we call in the BMW vintage parts world lifelong back order.
Yeah, like it's just ridiculous. Like, so yeah, if you can beat that, like you're doing
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah, if you get even a response a week, I think it's probably still acceptable.
I keep like whenever I work at MA Perform, when I worked there,
Mm-hmm.
my goal was within the business day. I'll answer my
Within
email.
24 hours is completely worldwide standard.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
If I can respond to your email within the day, I'm doing a good job.
Yep.
And that's like, I come into work. I had one of the lower counts of emails with like probably like 70 to 90 thereabouts every morning.
Gross.
Oh, I'd be answering emails till 10 a.m. Yeah.
Gross.
But
Icky.
it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'd have
Keeps you
that.
busy, though.
Well, but I mean, still, it's like the fact that I'm actually like not letting those pile up. I'm actually answering them.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like,
Weird.
like just like I'll wait for them to email me again. I can't. I accidentally read it and now it's buried in my read.
I only have
And
that
I-
happen with spam filtering once in a while. Like, I'll be having a conversation with somebody, and it will just start marking their emails as spam, and I don't know. Even though I'm in a conversation with
And
them.
it's like one of those things. Like it's
like,
now
okay.
it's like habits. Like I could karma, even though there's like never anything in the spam folder, I'll click spam just to make sure there's not a customer email
Yep.
in there. And it's like like just like be a little bit professional. And then MA Performance is kind of weird because like they're like one of the very few that are professional to a level of like
Mhm.
you know any other business practice outside of
Exactly,
performance parts
yeah.
being acceptable.
Yeah, it's not good for a performance tuning shop. It's just good.
Yeah, they're like objectively like
I see
good.
why they're continually growing and expanding. Is
Yeah.
like, I mean, they have problems certainly, but they're doing really well.
Well, the thing is, their problems. A lot of these, like when you're getting parts, because you got IBOC parts
Ibach and Magnaflow
and Magnaflow,
and GFB too, but that came immediately.
but none of those were actually made by MA Performance.
No guys.
So that means they have to deal with somebody else that's probably smoking dope on the couch in the back room.
Yep, and they did, because I mean, Adam Newer is the one I was dealing with, and yeah, I mean, I could tell it wasn't his fault. You know, it's like I still haven't heard from them. So, okay, that's fine. I understand how wholesale works, and I'm getting a ridiculously good price on these parts, so I just don't care.
And yeah, that's the thing. That's why, that's why you have like, but like Saudi royals and stuff ordering from MA Performance when they could be ordering from other people on the East Coast. It's because you're gonna get the customer service that you want from them.
This has inadvertently turned into an ad from Matt. But anyway, I have no problem with that. I mean they don't pay us. Well, they paid you once upon a time when you worked there, but
Yes, they did. And I did write actually a script for them. So.
well, there you go.
But I mean, outside of that,
it's a Minnesota company and they're doing really well. So.
as I've said, it's one of those things where I'm not afraid to talk shit about a previous employer.
Oh,
Like Honest One is one of the worst places that you could possibly be employed as
and
far as
CMA Architecture and Design is a terrible firm to work for.
yes, and the Auto Kingdom BPs.
Oh, I remember those stories.
Yeah,
Ew.
yeah, my drunk boss that they wouldn't do anything about. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not afraid to talk shit about previous employers. Just MA Performance is actually that good. And it's one of those things where they're also one of those places, if you are looking for something that they don't list specifically on their site, like Fiata parts,
Well, I asked them, like, do you guys have a connection for IBOC wholesale? They're like, yeah.
yeah,
we do. I'm
you
like,
can
cool.
go get it. Like,
Right.
that's
That's exactly how it worked. I'm like, it's fine.
when I was working there, I made a listing for a HKS Titanium AE86 exhaust because I had one person ever ask me for it, and it took me 5 minutes to throw up on the website. It was on the old site, so it was like everybody could just kind of add stuff as it went. So I just did, and I actually did have a person order it because they did not expect it. They were looking everywhere in the world. I'm like, "Hi, I can get it. I'll actually answer your questions. I won't just blow you off." 'Cause
Right.
It's a
Like,
$1,000 exhaust for a
It will
prehistoric
take
Toyota.
quite a while,
Yeah.
but you will get it.
Yeah, Caden up in he's a guy. This kid Noman. He's a Honda guy in Circle Pines or whatever.
Okay.
Forest Lake, same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's far away.
There.
Yeah, up north. It's north of Lowry Avenue. I don't go there.
Ew.
He wanted a a buddy club exhaust for his EF,
Okay.
and I was able to get it for him. And he's like, I thought these were discontinued. I'm like, no, they make them. Just nobody answers your question because nobody thinks you're serious about an $800 exhaust.
That's the thing. Like,
on
yeah.
your EF Civic.
Like there are nice ones of all these cars, and like, well, yeah, what if I want like say you've got a Mark IV Super Turbo and you want an Apexi exhaust
super
or some
rare
crap
part,
like
yeah.
that? Just like, really?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, they have all the patterns for them. Like they'll make you one.
Yeah, exactly. And
Like it's special order.
it's one of those things. It's like usually when you send a message to somebody like on Facebook or via email, they just don't even bother because like this is too much effort.
Yeah.
MA Performance, you actually go there and you get a salesperson that has to be like, yeah, word, dude, let me look it up, and then you have to like dig through. And I promise you, it sounds like it's not that big of a deal.
Catalogs suck.
Catalogs blow, and then you have to call them and verify that it actually exists.
That's why if you want it a little bit quicker, find the manufacturer catalog, which you can usually get
go
without being a
directly.
retailer, and get the part number for them.
But then you're dealing with questionable customer service, whereas like.
Well, I mean, I gave him all the manufacturer part numbers for these things because I didn't want any guesswork.
No, I meant going through the manufacturer directly.
Yeah.
Then you're dealing with the
No,
questionable
screw
customer
that.
service.
You're not even gonna get as good a price.
You're dealing with the person. It's like
Yeah.
when you buy a car, if
Oh
you're
my
buying from Maury's, you're buying like to a good like salesperson that's actually like vetted and good quality, as opposed to like buying from Time
Facebook
Auto Sales,
Marketplace,
yeah,
too,
or
or
like
something like
Time
that.
Auto Sales on like Lake Street or something. You know, it's just
Small car dealers are the scum of the earth.
Yes, they are.
Sorry, but
no, they are. But yeah, no, it's just map is that the wholesale stuff. Just like it sucked to get to, but it's good that they
well worth it. I'm
yeah.
looking forward to doing it to the car. I'll probably, honestly, I rearranged a lot of stuff in here
I saw
today.
that, yeah.
The Fiata, I drove it last night, but I mean, I think the days are numbered for this season. So
Yeah.
I might still throw the springs and bars in this fall, but kind of tempted to just keep all the boxes sealed
Why not
and
do
do
it
it in the
during winter?
spring. Well, because the car's gonna live up in Plymouth in my
Oh,
garage.
that doesn't make
Or
sense.
not
It
Plymouth.
wouldn't make.
I live in
I know what
St.
you mean.
Paul.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I've
It
lived there for
wouldn't
3
make any
years.
sense. Yeah.
So I don't know. Either way, I'll keep you guys updated if you want. But yeah, that's that. So I'm really excited to have all these parts for my car.
So last episode, I mentioned that Infiniti was getting their ass kicked.
Yeah, we were talking about how they were like selling substantially fewer giant SUVs than Mitsubishi was selling Mirages.
I thought that we'd already talked about it, but
Well,
we didn't. Here we
We
are.
briefly did.
Now we're going to talk about it. if I can get my cursor to work. On
I
my
love
computer.
the title of this story on Jalopnik.
Infiniti is getting absolutely creamed.
Yep.
Well, it's accurate. So they had a 43% brand-wide sales slump in September,
Like month over month.
month over month. 43% down. That's really
Well, 43.9. So we'll call it 44%.
They are hemorrhaging sales. Hemorrhaging.
To whom? Instead of
Literally anybody else on Earth.
because nobody knows what they're buying when they buy an Infiniti. Like, oh yeah, I want a QX90.
Well, so
What is that? I don't
So
know.
all right, there's a few things going on, and it's like, yeah, that's exactly what happens when you can't justify, like,
You can't cross shop it if you don't know what it is.
what the fuck is a QX90?
I don't even know if that's a thing, but I
don't
think
know. I honestly don't know. I cannot name me 3 Infiniti models.
Q50.
I think that's one.
It is. It's the old J35.
Okay.
QX60.
What's that one?
I have no idea, but
Okay.
I know it's a thing.
Time's up.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, see, you can't name them. This is
No,
what happens.
no, I have no idea.
This is so stupid.
Other than the fact I know the Q is the G, just because like I kind of figured that out. But like the QX, I know it's an SUV, but I think it's like the old JX.
So, here's another example of these ridiculous naming conventions not
Lincoln?
making sense. What is a Rolls-Royce 20/80 horsepower?
Probably a really old Rolls Royce that's 20 feet long and has 80 horsepower.
Nope. It is a Rolls-Royce that typically comes with a 20 horsepower engine, but with an 80 horsepower engine. What? Like, that's the same concept of naming convention where it makes it just
Guessing
random.
that's pre-war.
Yeah, it is. But it's just like it's random letters and numbers, and it doesn't make any sense. The Q doesn't mean anything. This is all meaningless. They're a meaningless, mindless, literally
Yeah.
faceless corporation.
What's a Lincoln MKX?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But like, how about this? What is a BMW 535? Where does that line up in its product lineup?
You know it's a 5 Series because the number starts with a 5.
Which is going to be probably bigger than a 3,
Right,
but
and
not as
smaller
big
than
as a 7.
Right.
Okay,
But
that
like,
makes sense.
say for instance you have a 5 GT. Like, what is that?
Well, that's Grand Touring,
Well, yeah, but like, what does that mean?
so it's probably a wagon of sorts.
Not really.
What's that
It's just
SUV sort of
just
thing?
a bloated piece of crap.
But I mean, still, that's a better naming convention because you at least get a vague
It
idea.
is. And even Mercedes, as much as I give them crap for their new naming scheme, like they everything that's an SUV, they're doing like the QX thing, but it makes sense because they're doing GL, and then you take the class of the sedan. It's like GLC. I know that's an SUV and it's the size of a C class. Okay, perfect. GLE. Okay, it's an SUV. It's the size of an E class, so it's the old ML.
Well,
Like, I
not only
don't
that,
like
these
but-
words also mean things.
Right. Whereas
So when you see a K on any Mercedes, it means Klein.
Mm-hmm.
And then SL means, I believe, it's like sports light or something in German.
yeah,
but
they do have meanings.
Everything has a meaning. And then even with like Acura, like up until recently, Acura names all meant something. Lexus still stays really tried and true to their names.
Yeah, they
so-
do. They haven't messed with that. I think that's because they were really early to global trademarks, and they
Yes.
just stuck with it.
So like,
And they don't fragment nearly as much. That's
No,
actually
they-
worth talking about.
that's really,
Lexus
really huge.
is
They
bread
stick,
and butter.
They
yeah.
stick to it.
Like
And
they
that's
make
a really,
the ES and the LS and the RX.
and not only that, like, so with their coupes and stuff, so they
Yeah.
currently have, I think, 2. They have the RC and the
And the
LC.
LC.
And the RC is like racing, and the L is like luxurious,
Yep.
because the LCs are what a Supra should be.
Correct. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
if
a real
that thing was
Supra.
offered with a 6-speed, that would be
I still think that's my favorite car on sale today, even with an automatic.
ew.
But that's just like a really good example of like these naming conventions not making sense. Like the QX50, here, scroll down
Oh
here.
yeah, look at that.
Like they actually have some of these broken down. So the QX30, 83% sales drop. 83. Who bought one this year? Nobody.
QX30. That is actually, I know that. That's a Mercedes GLK with Infiniti badges stapled to it.
Okay.
It's literally that same vehicle,
All right.
built by Mercedes.
So then the Q70, which I assume is
That's-
probably bigger than the Q60, but I don't know what it looks like.
That's got to be an M.
60% down. Yeah, that must be. Well, there's a Q60. So that'd be what? That'd be a
Oh, man.
Well, that'd be the I then, I guess.
Do they make something between the G and the M?
They used to make the I.
Maybe they do have a
Because
mid-size
if you go back
sedan
to the
now.
90s, the G was the small one, and then the I was the mid-size.
Oh, man. Who knows what these
But the
are,
I
doesn't matter.
replaced the J.
So
It's so confusing.
Maybe there's a mid-size now. I don't even know.
It's so confusing.
So, yeah, Q60, no idea what that
Yeah,
is.
no
Down
idea.
60%.
Yeah, because nobody knows what it is.
Exactly.
The QX50, which is, I imagine, the EX, because that'd be the QX50. I imagine.
I bet that's the FX.
So, all right, this is my logic.
Maybe that is the EX. I bet you're right.
Because
Yeah.
the
Q50 is a
Q50 is the
G35,
Skyline, and the QX50 was the Skyline, or the
I think you're right. I
the
think that's the EX.
EX50 was a Skyline crossover, which was that truck. So this must be the truck version. I don't know. What's the QX80 though? Is that a delivery truck?
We're car people, and we don't know what this is, and
I
we're
don't know.
genuinely not like sandbagging. Like,
No,
we have
I'm
literally
I'm-
no idea what
I
these
have
are.
no idea. But anyway, so the QX50 apparently, what is their newest model, and that's the one with the variable compression engine,
Okay.
which you would never know from the name.
Nope.
And that one is down 50%, and that's like their bread and butter right now. Like, that's what they're hoping.
Yeah, that's the compact crossover. Those things are doing really well.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be, but they are. And
But,
the QX80, that's the big old.
Or no, sorry, the QX50 is 51%. But like that's the one that should be really carrying.
But it's down the
Infiniti.
same percent as a 10-year-old design.
Yeah, I know. But this the thing is like you don't know what it is though. Like if you buy an Infiniti, depending on what letter what Q letter thing it is, you're not gonna know what you're getting. You might get something that's brand new. You might get something that's 10 years old.
Yeah. You go into
And-
a dealership and you just give them some letters, and you end up paying twice as much for a vehicle you don't want.
And if you tell somebody that you drive an Infiniti Q80, nobody's gonna know what the hell that is. Is that a
Right.
thing? No, QX80.
QX80. That's the old FX56.
Okay, that makes sense. If you say I got
QX56. Sorry.
if you say I've got a QX56,
Even their old naming sucked.
it sucked, but I mean you can at least make some sense of it.
Yeah,
but-
because that was the original QX. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
and the
it's QX
56 would be a 5.6 liter V8, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
VK56 is a good engine.
Now, if I say, yeah, I drive a Mercedes. Oh, cool. What kind of Mercedes? I drive a S-Class. Okay, I know what that is.
Yeah. Well, I drive,
can just
I
say
drive a
that.
GLS. I'm like,
And they
okay,
go,
cool.
okay, what kind of S-Class? You say, oh, I drive a S360 or whatever their base model is of the S-Class.
It's an S400.
S400. I drive an S400. They go, oh, so you're
It's
like,
a 4-liter V8. I'm like,
so you're
nope.
you're just like a basic lawyer then. Okay, you're a dentist. Like,
Like, oh, you have the V6 one.
yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
Oh,
How-
did you lease it?
Yeah, exactly.
How long
like,
is your lease?
Yeah, like it's like, but I mean, still the same idea. You can get an idea of
Right.
it.
Yeah, you know how much to judge them. With this,
This, I'd say,
It's like
I
you-
drive an Infiniti Q70. Oh, I love the Skyline. What's the Skyline? It's a G35. Oh no, this is the one that was the I. What's the I? Well, I don't know. Like it doesn't make any sense. So,
it makes perfect sense though. Why their sales are down.
so anyway, they're blaming that they're transitioning over to EV, and they're blaming the moon, and they're blaming the homeless guy over on like La Brea Avenue in Los Angeles. It's all his fault. But like, they're blaming everything except their absolutely delusional naming conventions.
Right. Which is the result of that. I mean, you're much better off having different names for the same product in different markets because people can remember it.
Exactly.
And
And
like,
that's the thing.
You're downplaying the intelligence of your customer essentially by doing this
Yeah, it really is. Your car's now
in a really
faceless.
backward way. Yeah, exactly.
It's
'Cause
entirely faceless.
it has no personality. It's a tube of toothpaste.
Yeah.
So, I mean, cars are already appliances. Most of these are crossovers. It doesn't matter anyway.
I think this is also done by a marketing person that has never worked in the automotive world.
Yeah, the
'Cause-
appliances. Like, oh, it doesn't matter what the model number is.
Like,
You're just
look
gonna
at
reference
how
it.
Toyota's sales climbed after they stopped naming everything with C. Because it used to be Corolla, Camry, Corona, Cressida. They were all C cars.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, but when they started branching out to the Tercel, the Supra,
Matrix.
the Matrix, the Solara, and they started branching out beyond those, they started growing.
Do you know their car's selling really well this day with a name? Mirage.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a named vehicle.
Yes.
And that's all. Yeah. So you know what you're getting when you get a
It
Mirage.
warms my heart that millennials buying cars are buying the Mirage and not a QX whatever.
Well, they don't know what a QX whatever is.
I know, but they know what a Mirage is, and they know it's cute and it's cheap and cheerful.
I used to work with this girl named Alex, and she crashed her Q50, I think. I saw her car she was crashing. She was really sad. I'm sitting there trying to think of the car and trying to figure out how devastated I should be at the loss of this vehicle.
How upset to be?
Like, how upset should I be? Like, how much of a loss did this person just
Like,
take?
did you just crash a 6-speed, like 3-liter?
Yeah, like-
this, or did you crash a big bloated whale?
Did you crash a Lexus ES or did you crash a Lexus LC? Like, I don't know.
Oh man.
Like, how unhappy should I be?
Very.
Like, in Infiniti, you should go by, if you use letters and numbers, go by Mercedes thing where you have like stuff like SLK, which means sports, lightweight, small, which is
Well, I mean that's gone now.
is it?
Yeah, the SLK name got replaced.
But that's still
in 2015.
It's still a good car.
Now
I
it's
like
an
that a lot.
SLC.
Which is fine.
Yeah, because you know it's a small convertible.
Okay.
It's okay.
But I mean still. I mean
actually gonna-
SLK, SLC.
I'm actually gonna talk about that next. So
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, damn it! There's a crappy segue. I was gonna ask you. I'm like, just point blank. What's the last vehicle that Mercedes sold in the United States with a manual transmission?
The 2006 E-Class, right?
No, it was a C-Class, and I think
Yeah, C-Class, yeah.
and it was like 2010, I think, the C300. So they gave you the base V6 car with an optional 6-speed. Up till this week, I was convinced that was correct. Until I started looking, I'm like, oh, they made a second-gen SLK 300 with the 6-speed. I'm like,
Wait,
that's
300,
cool.
that's a V6.
Yeah, it was the same year as the C-Class, so the same powertrain.
But it's in a convertible.
Yeah.
I
And
want that.
Not only that, they also offered the 350, so the bigger V6 with a 6-speed.
These are both very terrible engines. But you
No,
can
the
get,
272 is a good engine.
wait, what isn't that the one with the terrible timing chain issues?
No.
Which one was that?
No, the cylinder delamination was the gen prior to that.
But-
All the V6s are good.
No, the V6s, the
Oh,
E3,
the first year, yeah.
Yeah,
the
the E300s have terrible timing chain issues.
006s do.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, only the first year. So
Okay.
07, I think the SLK started after that. So you have to worry about like the R class and the C class.
But by
not-
2010, they're fine.
yeah.
And
So
do they have the hydraulic suspension? Or
no,
the air suspension?
coil suspension.
Coil springs?
Yeah.
So you can get coil springs, manual transmission,
It's reliable.
V6.
And the M272.
Mercedes.
Yeah, it's good.
That's reliable.
It's really good.
I want that a lot.
Right? Not only
I
that,
really want that.
all the way through the second gen. They didn't stop at mid-run. All the way through. You can get it to the last year of the second gen. Not only that, when Mercedes engineered their new 1.9-liter 4-cylinder turbo for the third gen SLK, they engineered a 6-speed manual transmission for that too.
That's just not available in America?
It was all the way through 2015. You could get a third gen SLK 250 with a 6-speed. And there's a lot of
want
them
that.
for sale. And they're like 15 grand now, and they look really good.
They do look really good.
I wouldn't have bought that over the Fiata, but I would have thought about it.
Gianna actually has stated on multiple accounts how much she loves the SLK and how she thinks it's really cute. And yeah, that car looks amazing.
They
I
look
love
really
that.
good.
They
Like
look
it is just a
great.
mini SL. Like
Yeah, that's what it is. That's it. It's a SL Klein.
and like it's not even just in the base model. Like you can get a really nice looking like full AMG whatever like that. That's a 6-speed.
That's really
And
really
like the
great.
1.9T is not an whatever
Can we get any other
inspired
picture?
engine.
Like, how about that one right down there?
This
Is that diesel?
Yeah, we couldn't get that here, but
Wait. Stop. Mercedes made a diesel roadster.
of course they did. Yeah, in Europe. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Let's wrap our heads
speaks
around.
volumes at how quiet and smooth their diesel engines are.
I would love a convertible. I want a convertible sports car.
Can you imagine that in the 80s? Oh, it'd have been great.
I was actually asking Trig, like, can I? All right, so I know they made a 300, a W124 at 300D.
Yeah, of course.
I know they made a
5 and 6
W124
convertible.
300
CE.
CE, and they made a either hardtop or convertible.
Yeah,
Can
a rare car.
I asked Trig, I'm like, can you get a 300 CD? Because I would love a 300C.
They did not bring that here, at least, but you could
But
make
if
one.
they did,
Right.
if you can make, you can make
You
one.
could absolutely make one.
I would
Easily.
absolutely do that.
That'd be rad.
That'd be
A turbo
hilarious.
diesel convertible,
And
4
not only
seats.
that, it'd also be a really hilarious, like, 90s Mercedes diesel, which is not a modern one.
Oh no, yeah,
That's a
maybe a
school bus
605 or a
engine.
606. They are clackety.
It's a clickety-clackety engine.
But they're if you so the 124 actually ended with the really modern 24 valve
Yeah, but
E300D engine,
but
but
you know
most
me.
of them were the older ones.
yes. I want the pre-facelift anyway. We've had this conversation.
Yeah,
I like
I
the
know.
pre-facelift
But
grill
the
more.
drivetrain stuff, you could bolt it all in. It'd be the same.
That'd be so funny. I
Anyway.
love that.
Oh, I just realized. God damn it! I don't even have the. Yeah, there you go. So
that's what it looks like. Yeah. So anyway,
through 2015. So it stayed alive until they canned the SLK name.
that's great.
So it went to the SLC the year after.
I think I really like that they kept that with the SLK.
I would totally buy that.
Well, not only that, because the SLK has always been like one of my favorite Mercedes. Even the first gen hairdresser model, I really
I
love.
like those. Yeah, and they're cheap.
Oh, they're really cheap.
Like $1,500 for a pretty decent running driving one with a manual.
So one of our technicians, he's a little bit younger, and his dad just bought a first gen SLK
Okay.
because he wanted to get. He loves Mercedes, and he thought they were kind of cool, and he got a manual one for like under $5,000 in like perfectly good condition.
Yeah, I mean, if you get one with a ton of miles, you can get a well looked after one for like less than $2,000.
But yeah, a manual compressor and everything.
Yep.
He
The M111's a
plans
good
on-
engine.
Yeah, he plans on doing a small pulley on it and everything. Like, it's gonna be really cool.
I test drove one of those with Mark way back in the day, and they make supercharger noises.
Yes, they do. It's really cool. But
It's a Ruth supercharger. It's great. But yeah, I agree.
Gianna's always so
All
I
of
didn't
them are good
I didn't
cars.
know that the last generation had a manual option because Gianna really likes this generation.
I know.
And I always nixed it because I'm like, no, I want a manual.
And you can buy them for like $15,000. Like if you like a higher mile one, but like in nice condition still. Most of them are around 20. But
If you go in expecting Mercedes maintenance, like
it's fine. The 1.9. I mean, other than the carbon buildup crap that all DI engines have these days.
yeah, but I mean, like, if you go in expecting Mercedes maintenance and stuff, you're gonna be really happy with that
Yeah, and coil springs.
because you're avoiding all the super expensive massive issues.
The only thing is still retractable hardtop. So this one's modern enough where you don't have to worry about it for a long time, but those do get expensive to maintain eventually.
Yes, I see a lot of Volkswagen EOSes with big issues.
Yep. Any
Lots of
convertible
water
that
intrusion.
isn't a manual soft top is going to cost you money.
Yeah, that's true. That is a very good top
That's
tip.
the reason why our R129 is basically a hard top these days.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you don't move that ever, you're probably gonna be fine.
It's actually good to use them. The
Right.
seals dry out. No, I mean these are all electric on these, so yeah, if you don't use it, you're going to be better off.
Yeah,
But just leave the top down because it's a convertible,
yeah.
and then you're fine. But again, this is modern enough where you could buy an extended warranty that will cover that for a long time,
Yes,
and
you
then
can.
just use it,
You will
or
get your money for it.
just budget it, like you were saying. Just budget for it.
This one's cars I would absolutely buy this as an extended warranty.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I think it'd be good.
and
Total
then yeah,
four-cylinder
another,
Mercedes,
another
it's
thing
fine.
is budgeting for it. It's not Miata.
No.
If you are lamenting, not being able to get a luxury Miata, you can.
Yeah, I'm like it's like a Fiat 124 Lusso, which is like not anywhere near as luxurious as this, or you could get like a Z4 that's older, or you could get like a brand new Mercedes.
I really wish Mercedes actually marketed it that you could get this with the manual. 'Cause I
Again,
just assumed that you couldn't.
I'm a Mercedes fan, and I keep up on their modern stuff. I thought, but I had no clue.
You should actually look into it and see if they make anything with a manual,
Worldwide, you mean?
available in America.
Oh,
So
the USA. No, this is the last thing.
The very last thing.
2015.
Yeah, that's just shocking to me. I'm
But,
so
like,
surprised that was available. In
They
manual.
kept the stick in the US as long as Audi did.
Yeah, that's great.
That's incredible.
And that's so infinitely better than any Audi ever.
And
And it
that
looks
engine
better.
is in the CLA, the GLA. It's like those engines are all over the place and they're cheap. So even if you have engine problems, it's fine.
Yeah.
And
you're
you
good.
probably won't. I mean, the engine's, again, it's not awe-inspiring, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And
just
it's
fine.
not a 2-liter, so it's fine. Because you know what we say about German mass market 2-liter turbos?
Not just German, European mass market
yeah.
2 liters.
Don't
yeah.
do it.
Yeah, don't.
Because like the Honda 2.0T is amazing.
Yes.
And this is a 1.9, so it's fine. But
That-
anyway,
that's great.
That's top tip. You could probably win a bar bet. Asking what the last manual Mercedes in the United States was. Because
Could
everyone's
probably-
going to, if they're educated, they're going to say a W204 C-Class, C300, 6-speed.
Yep.
And again, that's what I would have thought too. 2010 final year.
I,
Done.
s- I assumed it was like 2006 or so, because it was like
No,
around.
we didn't get them until
I think 2006 is the last AMG with a manual.
2006 was the last W203, and those C350s were sold with the 6-speed too. But what AMG would have had a stick?
I feel like there was like one or something. 'cause
Might
I
have been like
remember
the SLK 32.
when we were first hanging out in high school. That's when they were discontinuing those. And
I think the SLK 32 might have been offered with a stick.
no.
then I can't
know
think
for a
of
fact,
any
yeah.
AMG that had a manual.
I know because I want an AMG SLK, and I was just prepared to have an automatic.
Yeah, well,
'Cause
it's
I really
'cause
want
they all are.
I want the AMG stuff, but I really like that. I think Janet could have that. I'd be really happy with my hairdresser car with a tiny pulley on it.
Yeah.
Just get a nail and just have the belt go around the nail. That'd be perfect for me.
Anyway,
I'm really happy to hear that.
so there you go.
Yeah, Mercedes. You know what? This headline might not be accurate anymore, because the headline of this next article is, as usual, the only good car company is Daihatsu.
Well, I mean, currently,
Yes.
yeah, Mercedes stopped making the manual, so.
Yeah, I guess good point. Yeah, Daihatsu's the only good car company. And this is an article from Jalopnik, and it's about the Tokyo Auto Show. Last episode we talked about Suzuki winning the auto show.
They did.
Yes, and then I found out about Daihatsu's offerings, and Daihatsu, I'm sorry, you've beaten Suzuki.
Well, they have similar caliber stuff, but they have more of it.
And they're, I would say, cuter, just in general. Because there was, like, Suzuki right now has, like, one extremely good concept, and it's following up a lifetime of great concepts. Suzuki, or Daihatsu has the Waku Waku,
Which is shown right here.
which is being shown right here if you're watching on the stream. And the Waku Waku is Daihatsu's competitor to the Jimny.
Okay.
And it will not have those.
I would
goofy
have a
tires.
Jimny, but
I might have a Waku Waku. I'm not gonna lie.
fine.
Yes, it's a great name. It sounds like the sound that the ghosts and
Waka waka.
Waku 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 Waku. But they actually got 3 cars. They've got the Waku Waku, the YY, and the Tsumo, and then the Eco Eco. Those are the 4 Daihatsu concepts that they're releasing this year. But yeah, the Daihatsu Waku Waku is a K-class SUV that's supposed to be a competitor to the Jimny. I think the Jimny would overall turn out to be better, but
Jimny's not a K, is it?
yeah, it is.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a 1.5 liter.
Nope.
Nope.
It's a K truck. That's why it makes 69 horsepower.
Awesome.
Because
Love the Jimny. It's such a good truck.
it's really, really tiny. It's great. I love it. But here, once you scroll down just a smidge, you'll be able to see the inside of the Waku Waku, because the Waku Waku, here, right there, that is able to do all the stuff that the Jimny does, but then on top of that is kind of camperish, because you can actually sleep in it and stuff, and you can actually like take it out. It's basically a Jimny and also a tent at the same time.
Interesting.
And I like how it's got the little fold-down clamshell bottom half of the tailgate, and then it opens up from the side like all
That's
tailgates
clearly
should.
only there to be a seat, because it doesn't give you any more like load floor entry or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. But it's a very, very cool design. I like that a lot.
I also like that the outer part of the left taillight comes with the tailgate. Like
Oh my God, it does.
It's just a reflector. Like the majority of the left taillight goes.
That's
with the
really
swing-out
cool.
tailgate.
I love that.
I didn't even
That's
notice
such a
that
cool
earlier.
little design. But they got more going on. So if we scroll through the other ones. So this is the
Aw.
YY.
I like the YY. I would
the-
buy one of these. I'd
this
put
one-
wicker seats in it.
This one, I think, this would be a competitor to like the Honda Life urban EV concept, which is kind of like a Fiat Multipla, the original 60s one, but
Yep.
modernized.
I like
So-
the dual pushback sunroofs.
Yeah, that's really cool, isn't it? It's got 3 rows of seats and it's a K car.
It's retro funky.
Yeah, it's a 3-row seat K car. That's amazing. With a sliding door in the rear.
God, look how thin those seats are. That's nuts.
Yeah,
I mean, it would have to be for 3-row.
yeah. But I mean, it's really, really cool. I love the wheels.
I do too. I don't like the white walls.
No, the white walls are. But I mean, nobody likes concept car tires. They're always terrible looking.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they do that.
But
Like, just put some Michelin pilots on it. Call it good.
yeah, exactly. But I think whoever designs these wheels for Daihatsu should go to Subaru and help them sort out their life.
They would definitely be taking a step back into the 80s.
Yes, they would. But they noted the B pillar, which I thought was cool. But beyond the B pillar, I really like the taillights on it. I like the.
This is what the 500L should have been.
I really think that like Fiat should make this.
Yeah, seriously.
Like base it off of like the 500L, because it looks like an old Fiat. Look at it.
Yep,
Like,
that's a multiple right there.
It
and
looks
it's
just like a
identical.
multiple.
Yep.
Like I think if Fiat made something like that. Anyway, So the third one that they're showing is the Tsumu Tsumu.
Tsumu.
Yep. TSU is
Tsumu.
Tsumu. Or it's
Tsumu.
It's you make a T and an S noise, kind of like how in Japan they pronounce their L's and R's at the same. So you make an L shape with your mouth and pronounce the R. So da is how an L is.
I'm starting to learn how to at least get a vague idea of pronunciation, just like being ruined by doing this podcast with you. So.
But yeah, so the Tsumu Tsumu is the Daihatsu mini delivery truck. So this would be roughly probably the size of like a Wrangler two-door, and it's a delivery truck.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got these like cool refrigerator doors. Also, it's got normal tires in the rendering of it. Normal.
Those are kind of normal.
Those
I
are
mean,
normal.
They look like turf savers or whatever.
Yeah, they're normal vehicle tires more or less. But yeah, so this is one of those things where it's like, this is a work truck. This you could just design the same. Like historically, Daihatsu designed the Hijet once in like the '60s and then continued it.
Yeah, they just
and
been
updated the headlights.
It's evolution, not revolution. It's like a GTI truck.
What they've done with this concept though is they've made a delivery truck that's actually endearing.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually cute. It doesn't need to be, but they chose to make it that way. Also, if you look at the windshield wipers, it looks like it's got one of those wipers that just goes all the way up and down, kind of like in Blade Runner, where the wiper just goes all the way across the windscreen.
Yep.
It looks kind of like that, but it's just sort of everything. It's
very blocky.
Yeah, and it's got like kind of like a magical design where it's like, you see this and you go, aw, like this fits in our cute pickup category.
If Amazon came to my house in that, I would be very happy to see Amazon.
That's the thing is like, this guy could send me it can like serve me a court subpoena. I'd be happy.
Like, you know what? That's okay. I deserved it.
Yeah, but typical with their whole everything being cool.
They should be like ambulances. They wouldn't even be like.
You wouldn't be mad.
You wouldn't be nervous about getting into an ambulance.
You wouldn't even be mad about getting maimed. No, you'd be thrilled.
Thrilled to be maimed.
Yeah, but so what's really cool is I like this little arm at the top of the door. Keeps the door open, so you can have this massive door, and still be able to like not have it swing shut on you in high wind. Which is, if you've ever driven any sort of truck with a door like this, it will blow in the wind.
Oh yeah.
Or you'll have some like weird little protrusion at the bottom.
It kind of reminds me of the first gen Corvette hood prop. It's
Yeah.
actually built in where like you lift it up, it locks, and then you have to lift it up again and it unlocks and comes
Yeah,
back
it's kind of
down.
like that. Yeah. But what's cool is the side door has like this like refrigerator door style sort of like shelving in it.
Sure.
So that frees up a lot of that frontal area. And you still get basically unlimited cup holders.
For how tiny this thing probably is in real life, I'm very impressed.
As I said, it's about the size of like, a Wrangler, including the bed and everything.
Right.
So it's a very small interior. But they do a lot of really cool things. And then my favorite part of the inside is if you scroll down, you get to see the steering wheel. And it's got one of my favorite design cues of literally all time in human history, the asymmetrical steering wheel.
Yep. That looks like it would be right at home on 1980s Subaru.
Yes, it would. It looks
Or
just
a
like
French car.
It looks just like a Subaru XT steering wheel.
It does.
But what's cool about it is they put all the controls for the stereo on it.
I love the rotary dial on the side of the steering wheel.
Well, so that's how you operate the infotainment.
Gauge cluster, yeah.
Because you have your shifter, and it saves space, so you don't have to have this like big clunky sort of stereo happening.
Yeah, it's like a bench seat almost in the
yeah.
front.
It's really, really cool. And note, it's a manual seat.
Oh, I didn't realize this was a McLaren Senna.
Yes, it is.
Nice. Very cool. It's got an acrylic window in the bottom of the door.
It is pretty much just a McLaren. It's perfect.
Super light, simple. The performance.
Yeah, and I think that it's also a good point to mention that they were able to work in mirrors, side view cameras, in a way that looks sensible. It doesn't like detract from the vehicle.
The best application I've seen so far. I'm still not a fan of it.
Yeah,
it should have regular, like, super big Dumbo bus mirrors on it if it was me.
Well, Daihatsu, they can make anything better. And so, moving on to that, the next one I'm going to talk about is the Eco, which is And
This looks autonomous.
Yes, it is autonomous.
Okay.
But it's got a very interesting purpose.
Okay.
This is actually a vehicle for moving around the elderly and people.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah, and people with like disabilities and stuff. And it comes with this small little robot that acts as its like UI. That's kind of like an R2D2 sort of robot. It helps people in.
Old people probably do need physical assistance.
Yeah, and so it would actually help people in, and it would actually act sort of like a quote unquote driver.
Sure.
So like elderly people don't freak out when their car starts driving on its own.
Right.
And so I think that's actually a really interesting design. It's a really, really.
It's Johnny Cab, basically.
It's
with a body.
it's a Johnny Cab basically. But if you scroll down, they'll actually show you what the guy looks like. He's real cute. You see him down the corner right there? He's so cute. Like this car is so magical. Like this is just a great company, and they're.
Everyone at Daihatsu design department must be so excited all the time.
Yeah,
Well, probably not actually if they're in Japan, but.
Yeah, no, in Japan
Everyone's
they're all very depressed.
But they put all their happiness into their work.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's
Like
such.
go home just totally drained.
This is objectively a really beautifully designed vehicle.
It's very. Yeah, I mean,
I think
I don't know if it's beautiful, but
I think that this would be a really, really good alternative to current airport shuttles.
I think so too.
Like the old like random buses and stuff that we use.
That stuff should totally be autonomous too.
Yeah.
Oh, airports are such a mess.
And I think like if
like
you
the
had a
last thing.
bunch of these, because
There's
these,
more eco.
yeah, the eco. This is the last picture of it, but the eco, this would have the same footprint as like probably a Scion XB, but it's
First
pure.
gen.
Yeah, it's pure space on the inside.
Yeah,
Actually, no, it's probably bigger. Looking at the picture of the inside, and
I'm guessing this must be electric.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So that'd be like a really good like airport taxi. Or if you'd put in a gas engine with a seat, this would be a really great like camper bus.
Yeah, totally.
And I love the taillight on it. I think that's a really cool design.
not DOT compliant, but it is cool.
No, not DOT compliant.
It just has
at all.
2 third brake lights.
Yes. And then also the little design with the little square where the little badging goes, kind of looping around the rear. That's stuff you don't have to do on a vehicle like this if they choose to, just to make it better. And it just generally is a better car. And this is just a magical little company. And everything they do is great. It's like, this is like if Toyota had like a Disney department. Like they would make these.
Hello Kitty department.
Yeah, if Sanrio made cars, actually Toyota does have a collaboration with Sanrio, as we know. Why don't they make Hello Kitty Daihatsus? That doesn't make sense that they wouldn't.
We're probably rapidly approaching that point in civilization where that's possible.
Yeah, well, because they're doing that because Jan has that Toyota Hello Kitty box.
Yeah.
Or they could easily just make like a Daihatsu.
I think there's
Like-
demand for that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
Once these people like, us get a bit older, or like realistically we could be expected to have enough money to buy a new car.
Yeah, we could totally do a Hello Kitty Daihatsu in America. That'd be great.
I imagine Jano probably would drive that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
She loses her mind over AC Corrigé, and that's from like 30 years ago. And that's like, people probably don't know. Can you just look up AC Corrigé is spelled in a French manner, so Courrr.
AC.
Courriges.
Oh, like running?
Yeah.
Courrier.
Yeah, there it is. And then type in, yeah. Look at these wheels.
Oh my goodness.
Here, they have the entire lineup of wheels next,
Yeah.
and this other one. So they did more than just wheels, though, because they did like entire get-ups for cars. But yeah, Honda did something like that back in the 80s with the AC Corrigé, where they made. Yeah, so
it's Coeur. Okay, Corrigé.
Corrigé?
Corrigé.
Yeah, Corrigé.
Coeur is heart. C-O-U-R.
Oh, okay. So
And it's also the root for running, so it's a little
running
weird, but
hearts, basically.
pretty much.
Oh, that's actually a really cool name. I like that a lot.
Thank you, learning French.
But yeah, so yeah, AC Corrigé, they made a bunch of really cool like wheels and steering wheels, interior bits, and you could actually like
Shoot.
you could basically build an entire Honda out with all AC Corrigé stuff. And so like yeah, Jan, whenever she sees this, she loses her mind. So Toyota, you can totally do this because these are the hotness. And
Bring back the funk.
the only thing that killed the AC Corrigé thing was the Japanese bubble economy completely exploding like a year later.
Oh god.
Just completely exploding.
Japan's 2008.
Yeah, basically. Try Japan's 1930 or 1929. when the
that's
stock
right.
market.
Yeah, it
just
was
like,
29 to 32, I think.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's what they could make. They can make something great. Toyota should really do that. Keep working with Sanrio. Make all these Daihatsu concepts.
Just
and then
join
make
forces with all of them. Why not?
And then just make a Daihatsu
Just make a-
concept Sanrio car.
Just make a Daihatsu Courage, and then do a Daihatsu Hello Kitty, and then do a Daihatsu
Yeah.
co-brand. Do it.
Everybody loves.
Everyone does co-branding these
Everybody
days.
loves
Just embrace
collaboration.
it. Yeah.
You always used
Makes
to
it
do
cheaper
that.
for everyone.
The-
Like BMW and Toyota with the Supra.
Volkswagen with the K2s and the Treks.
Yeah, I was making a joke.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to avoid that. I heard BMW and I turned
Whatever.
off.
Whatever. I hear
BMW's
I hear
done these
80s
days.
stuff when I shut down too in pre-war.
Hey, this isn't 80s. It's early 90s. It's French too. It's really adorable.
Yeah, I can tell by the white and the teal that it's 90s, but anyway. Yeah.
So there you go. You learned something today.
Well, I did. It was the fact that Mercedes made manual transmissions up to 2015 in the
And
United
we just
States.
did an entire episode talking about cute vehicles.
Yeah.
With the exception of Infinity, which is fine.
Yeah, that
Actually, no, talked about Infinity getting their ass kicked to a cute vehicle.
Yep, Mirage.
So there you
Cute
go.
vehicle putting the man down.
You know what I learned today?
What?
The key to selling cars in mass is cuteness.
Just wrong, but I'm fine with that. It's
Well, it's
whatever.
true. What did you learn?
I already told you is that Mercedes made manual transmissions in the United States through 2015.
Well, there you go. My butt hurts. I think we should move on.
Sounds good.
I will see you guys. What are you around next week?
Yeah, we're not recording next weekend. We're recording weekend after. So we're switching to still doing 2 episodes per recording day, but doing
Okay.
it every
Every
other
other
now.
weekend.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So that'll free up our weekends for other shit too. So.
Okay. Cool. That works.
Alrighty.
All right. Bye.
Bye guys.